I want everyone to just imagine how much time and effort they spend just in their schoolwork alone. Just like homework, studying for quizzes, tests, anything like that. Like, would you say like maybe like 3-4 hours a day? Like what it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be every hour of class, you're supposed to spend at least an hour outside of class to study for it. At least that's what I've heard. That's what, of course, my parents reamed into me, but not all the time that works out for me. But now I'll also, on top of the schoolwork, on top of the classes, imagine being in a sport, participating in practice, doing practice on your own time, and then, of course, going to study halls that are mandatory for some sports to go to. Just think about that. You have like no time on your own. Like even myself, like I wake up at like 5 a.m. to go do a lifting, and then I go work out after my classes as well. That's just my story on my own. Other athletes have different stories, different ideals about that. Like at a Division I NCAA college, look at these stadiums. I mean, they're massive. They're huge. They get numerous amount of people. Like this, of course, is football and basketball, the two most top-paying sports in the college career, college sports. They get numerous amount of money just for that. According to USNews.com, the NCAA as a whole makes over $6 billion just from attendance, from football and basketball and baseball and wrestling even, and like cross country and all other sports. $6 billion, and not one college athlete sees that money. Not one. So like a Division I's tuition, like a public school is around like $20,000. Around there, it's about $20,000. So a full ride for 4 years would be $100,000. For like say there's a recent court case from Northwestern University that like Northwestern University, their tuition is about $125,000 for 4 years, which is ridiculous amount of money, especially if you get a full ride scholarship. They're paying so much money for that. But you also have to think about full rides don't cover all the costs for college. They still have to pay for books. Sometimes you even have to pay for food. Sometimes. That's not all the cases. That's just some of the cases. Like my friend, he actually plays for Michigan State for football. He has a full ride, and he still has to pay for numerous things outside of that. So, with that, how are they going to make the money to make up for the missed cost of that the full ride doesn't cover? Well, along with that, like they need to try to find a job, right? They need to work sometimes. But with working, you have to also look at practice, at schooling, and then, of course, trying to find time to work. So, like, so on a typical day, an athlete, a player, will wake up before classes, as I was telling a story about myself, do conditioning, go to school, study, go to study hall, and then go to practice themselves. At Northwestern, the football players practice for 43.3 hours a week. That's more than a full-time job right there. 43.3 hours. That's insane. They also have a job beyond that, and then do schoolwork beyond that. It's just over my head right there. So in order to get money to pay for stuff like books, pay for food, if like, say it's like a rock cafeteria where the food isn't so great, no offense to Goshen College, I mean they're trying hard, but come on. We need to eat some real food, but like not McDonald's, like go out to a fine restaurant or something like that, like pay $20 for them. So in order to do that, they need to have, they need a reasonable price to get paid. Like I'm not saying like $200 a month, I'm saying like maybe $100, like maybe $75, something that they can get something going for themselves.